The humanitarian crisis in Gaza is growing as the war between Israel and Hamas rages on. Some hospitals in Gaza have been forced to close, with fuel running short as Israel conducts tank raids inside the Strip. The IDF is revising its number again today, now saying 224 Israeli families have been notified that a loved one has been kidnapped. The figure includes the 4 hostages that Hamas released. Well, joining me now is the columnist Gershon Baskin, who helped negotiate the 2011 release of Staff Sergeant Gilad Shalit after more than 5 years of Hamas captivity. Gershon, thank you for joining ABC News. So let's first draw on your extraordinary experience as a negotiator. What factors are playing into the deal between Israel and Hamas to release these hostages?
You know, right now they've been talking about a civilian release, which is apparently referring to women, children, elderly, perhaps wounded and sick people as well. Hamas calls it the civilian hostages, which is not a clear definition of who they are, because Hamas pretty much considers every Israeli a soldier. The second factor involved is what they're demanding, which is not 100% clear either. There are people outside of the region in Doha and in Beirut have spoken about a ceasefire, but they also added to that, according to the Wall Street Journal, the demand for fuel to be sent into Gaza. And I heard recently, today, from one of the senior Hamas people in Qatar, that they want a ceasefire to begin before they release any hostages. So these are complex negotiations. There are 2 mediators involved, Qatar and Egypt. It's not clear that the political leadership outside of Gaza is in charge of the hostages. It's not clear that the political leadership inside of Gaza is in charge. The Ezzedin al-Qassam fighting force, which is the military wing of Hamas, is probably in charge. And it's not even clear that they're holding all of the hostages. So this is very complicated.
And if they do delineate between civilians and serving IDF members, I mean, do you envisage a protracted negotiation where significant numbers of Palestinians who are held in Israeli jail cells could be handed over, similar to the deal that you were involved in for Gilad Shalit?
Yeah, I don't project that. There are about 43 women prisoners and about 190 minors, 16-year-olds, who mostly threw stones or Molotov cocktails at Israeli soldiers. All of them are from the West Bank. Very few of them are related to Hamas. These could be released. But if Hamas is expecting, as they have demanded, the release of all Palestinian prisoners in Israel, including 559 prisoners who have murdered Israelis, some of them many Israelis, I don't think this is in the cards. Right now, the primary directive of Israel is to eliminate Hamas as a ruling group in Gaza that threatens Israel and to bring the hostages home. The window of opportunity exists as long as the massive Israeli ground incursion hasn't taken place. I think once that happens, the window of opportunity for a negotiation of the release of at least the civilian hostages is finished. The window closes. And then we're only left with what might result from the military incursions, special forces attempts at rescuing hostages, or perhaps even hostage holders freeing the hostages on their own. But their chances of survival are much lower at that point.
Gershon Baskin, I'm sorry to cut this short, but I think we have some urgent news back in New York. Thank you for your time. Diane.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.